a moment where you see Martin Sheen's dark side, his primeval being or something, some part of him that would lead you to understand how this person could commit an assassination?
At the time of doing that scene, I was talking in terms of, showing the different levels of good and evil in yourself, and imagine that this guy did things that nobody had ever seen, or he'd never talked to anyone, must still be in him, and he must have that Kurtzian other side in him.
Fellas, get ready as soon as you can, please. Let's go. Gotta reload. Okay, fellas, here we go.
They set up this hotel room, and Marty decided to have a few drinks. He wasn't drinking it all the time, and they rolled the cameras without telling him what to do.
Fellas, watch your reflections in the mirror. Here we go. 5E, take 3, camera 8.
That opening sequence was shot on my 36th birthday, August 3rd. And I was so drunk I couldn't stand up, frankly.
Marty, go look at yourself in the mirror. I want you to look at how beautiful you are. I want you to look at your mouth. Your mouth and your hair. You look like a movie star. Now frighten yourself. Show yourself the parts that frighten.
I was so intoxicated I didn't realize how close to the mirror I was. So when I struck it, I ended up catching my thumb in the mirror and split it open a bit.
Do you have a doctor?
Francis tried to stop it, and he called for a doctor. There was a nurse standing by, and I said, no, let it go. I want to have this out right here and now. It had to do with facing my worst enemy, myself. I was in a chaotic spiritual state inside.
Talk to me. No. Why did you come back?
I fought him like a tiger. It was real hard for me to reveal myself.
You fucker!
Think about it. Why? Car.
My heart is broken. God damn it!
The room had been charged with the possibility that Marty might lunge at the camera or attack Francis. There was an electricity in the room. Anything could happen. They were inside somebody, in his personal territory, with a man alone in his most private moment.
I pretended I couldn't remember a lot of the things I'd done that night. Actually, I remembered it all.
Marty is extremely generous, big-hearted man. He's filled with a lot of love. And much unlike Willard. And so when you ask Marty to examine the darker nature of this character, it meant closing himself down a lot and becoming very inward in order to find the killer who could carry out the task and terminate Kurtz. I think it was Willard was definitely responsible for Marty's breakdown.
March 1st, 1977. Last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, Marty Sheen experienced severe chest pains. At daybreak, he crawled out of his room and down to the local highway where he was picked up by a public bus. After being taken to the production office, he was rushed to the hospital. Marty, it turned out, had suffered a serious heart attack. He received last rites from a priest who did not speak English.
I really had a very close call, and I realized it's nothing that I can put into words. I just knew that if I wanted to live, it was my choice. If I wanted to die, that was my choice too. There wasn't even any fear. The fear only came when I realized later how close I came to the end. That's when I got scared.
I remember the phone ringing, and my secretary said, Marty's had a heart attack, and Francis doesn't want to admit it.
Dave Salvin let Melissa tell Barry Hirsch that Marty had a heart attack. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Do you know that it's going to be all over Hollywood in a half an hour? If Marty is so seriously stricken then that he must go back, of course he will go back, and we'll eat it.
Right.
But when I talked to the doctor, they didn't know Marty's a young man. He probably would be able to be up and about in 3 weeks. I said, could he do non-strenuous work, such as just close-up, sitting and acting? He said, possibly yes. That's all I need to hear from the doctor. So what's going on in fucking Tradewinds is fucking gossip. Gossip. That gossip can finish me off. Because if UA hears that it's 8 weeks, UA with a $27 million negative is going to force me to complete it with what I've got. And I don't have the movie yet.
Right.
All right, now you understand
Yeah.
exactly. If Marty dies, I want to hear that everything's okay until I say Marty is dead. You got it?
Right.
If it's not done, man, ship the whole office out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, I'm really scared, guys. The first time I've been scared on this movie,